Miller. Hello to you, Jordana. Tell us a little bit more about what the lawmakers are looking at today.
Well, they have just a short while ago wrapped up a vote passing the first reading of a new section of this very contentious plan to overhaul the judiciary. This is what's called the override law, which would allow the legislature, the parliament, by a slim majority of just one, a 61 in the 120 seat forum, to strike down laws or rulings by the Supreme Court. And in there is a clause that includes any action to deem a law unconstitutional has to be unanimously voted down 15 out of 15. There is, of course, no precedent for that in any other Western democracy. This bill now will face two more readings before it becomes law. But it has to be said, this is one of the most controversial sections of the judicial overhaul. They also voted today on a law that will allow a lawmaker who's been convicted 3 times of financial crimes to become the minister of Interior and later of Finance, however absurd that sounds. And he initially, the High Court said he could not serve in that position. This new law essentially says the Supreme Court cannot intervene on picks for those high ministry posts.
Yeah, Jordana, as you say, a very divisive reform. Tell us a little bit more about what both sides are saying.
Well, the proponents of the reform call the Supreme Court an activist court, that it intervenes too much, it's not elected, and that the legislature thereby should have some kind of ability to have even oversight over the Supreme Court. But the critics say that what has been put on the table is so radical. It essentially swings the balance of power in Israel's democracy almost exclusively into the hands of the legislature and the executive, the prime minister, which in this parliamentary system are extremely linked, right? Because you can't pass anything without a ruling coalition and without a majority. So critics say that this is essentially a power grab by the prime minister, who is on trial for corruption and may indeed benefit from these changes down the road.
All right, Jordana, thank you very much. ABC's Jordana Miller speaking to us from Jerusalem.